Hello, good morning. Today we will be discussing about forms of market. This is my third lecture on this. So in the forms of market we saw various types of market on some basis criteria, classified on the basis of place, time, and now today we will be starting with competition. Now in that we saw perfect competition, we saw features of perfect competition, and then we saw how price is determined, which is called equilibrium price. The word is very important. And by intersection of demand and supply curve, the point of intersection is called equilibrium point or equilibrium price, where seller and buyer or buyer and seller agrees for a specific price and then exchange takes place. Now today we will go ahead, and that is imperfect competition. So perfect competition, imperfect competition. So in imperfect competition or imperfect competitive market, you will find some features of perfect competition. Additionally, you will see few more new points in the imperfect competition. So imperfect competition are classified into monopoly, oligopoly, and monopolistic competition. So these are the examples as per the textbook. Actually there are two markets, perfect competition and monopoly. So imperfect competition is, examples are actually it is oligopoly and monopolistic competition are the example. But as per the textbook, it is classified into three markets: monopoly, oligopoly, and monopolistic competition. Now what is monopoly? Now in this we will see what is the meaning of monopoly, features of monopoly, and types of monopoly. So the term monopoly is derived from the Greek word mono, which means single, and poly means selling or seller, you can say. So monopoly means it is a market where there is only one single seller. It is a market situation in which there is only one or single seller, but there are a large number of buyers. So in monopoly, monopolist does not face any competition from any other seller, because there is no close substitute for the product, for his product. He is the only one alone seller in the market. Good selling, or even it can be called as service provider. So this is because since there is one seller, there is no entry for other sellers. New firms cannot enter the market. Now this no entry for other sellers may be on account of legal or natural or artificial barriers. So restrictions, we will see the types of monopoly, in that it will come. So the new entry of firm is restricted because of certain barriers or control in the form of legal or natural or even artificial barriers are created. Here, since there is no there are no sellers. So one seller is industry. Now what it means? So what is the industry? What is the definition of industry? Industry means it consists of many sellers giving similar service, or many sellers selling same or similar goods. For example, textile industry, film industry, then TV industry. So these are the industries in which there are large number of sellers. So when large numbers of sellers come together, it becomes industry. But in the case of monopoly, since there is one seller, he will be equal to industry. He will coincide with industry. Since there is one seller, entire supply of goods or entire market supply is controlled by monopolist. So these are the some definitions and meaning of monopoly. Now further, monopoly can be understood with the help of features. So what are the features or characteristics of monopoly? Number one, single seller. So in a monopoly market, there exists only single seller, single producer, single service provider. Monopoly firm does not have any rival in the market. He has no rival or competitors in the market, and there is no competition. So single seller. Point number two, no close substitute. Since he is the only seller or producer, there is no substitute available for the buyers to buy, because he is selling the good or giving service which is only prevail in the market. So there is no substitute because there is no competition. Point number three, barriers to entry. So as I told you, the fact that there is only one firm selling goods under monopoly, there is no free entry for new firm. There is no distinction between firm and industry, because there are restrictions for entry of new firm. As I told you, there are natural barriers, legal barriers, or financial barriers put on other sellers, or there exist such type of barriers for the new firm to enter. So there are no new entry or exit. There is exit. There is only one seller. There is no exit. So as I told you, there is next point. There is no distinction between firm and industry. See, this I explained in the beginning while explaining the monopoly, but in the form of features you have to write this. So there is only one seller. Seller and industry coincides. There are no large number of sellers like other industries, other sellers. So when all sellers come together, it becomes industry. But here one seller, so one seller is one industry. Next point is control over the market supply. The monopolist has complete control over the market supply, because he is the sole producer in the market. If he wish, he can reduce the supply according to his whims. He plays with the supply. He may reduce the supply at any time. He may increase the supply. Whatever he wants to do, he can do in regard to selling and producing and supplying the goods. Now next point is very important. monopolist or monopoly is a seller who is price maker and not price taker. I told you while explaining perfect competition, in a perfect competition, buyers and seller both are price taker. Means whatever is price prevailing in the market, seller has to sell and buyer has to buy. Otherwise, buyer can go without it. Seller cannot tell buyers that buy at this price, otherwise you don't buy, because price is same in perfect competition market. No single seller can influence the price because seller is a small drop in the ocean. But in case of monopoly market, monopolist or seller is price maker and not price taker. It means he can charge any price for a commodity because he has control over the market. He will tell to the buyer, देखो भाई लेने का तो ले, मत लो, मेरा ये प्राइस है. I will charge today 10 rupees, tomorrow I will charge 20 rupees or 12 rupees or 15 rupees or 7 rupees. So you can't say कि भाई कल का तुम्हारा प्राइस 10 था, आज 12 क्यों? No, you can't say like that. If you say, if you tell at 7 rupees, अरे कल तो तुमने 10 में बेचा था, कल महंगा बेचा, आज 7 में क्यों बेच रहा है? No, you can't. Buyer has no option because he is a price maker. This type of question is coming in your question paper in objective as well as in theory. So price maker is very important feature of monopoly. Next is supernormal profit. Monopoly seller or monopolist earn supernormal profit. His decision regarding the price and the level of output or supply is influenced by or guided by profit maximization. His motive in the market is to maximize profit. Sometimes he supplies the products as per the demand at a higher price, or sometimes he reduces the supply and increases the price and sells the product at a higher price. So exorbitant profit is called supernormal profit, which is earned by monopolist by charging any price to the customer. Next point is price discrimination. It implies charging different prices to different customers at different time or same time. Suppose A goes, he will say, I am selling at rupees 20 rupees. Mr. B comes, he says 25 rupees. C comes, he can tell 28. Means he can discriminate, differentiate between the customer. He can charge any price less or more to different customers. This is called differentiation, discrimination in charging price to customer. So in customer he can discriminate, or he can discriminate region wise or market wise. He can charge price in Mumbai at one and another price in Delhi, or another price at Ahmedabad, or in Borivali he will charge 10 rupees, in Charni Road he will charge 20 rupees. and in Dhara he will charge 5 rupees. So in a market he can discriminate in market also. So he can do so. Discrimination is possible for him because there is only one seller, and by charging more or less price to customers or to at different markets, he earns more profit. So more profit is earned by technique of price discrimination. Now another point. So I told you there is one seller, single seller, but next point is there are large number of buyers. So this is the feature of perfect competition. In a monopoly market, there will be large number of buyers or potential buyers wish to buy commodity which is sold by monopolist. So in a monopoly market, there is one seller but large number of potential buyer. If he purchase, he will become actual buyer. Now last point is demand curve. So in a monopoly market, demand curve is showing downward trend. It is downward sloping curve. The industry faces a downward sloping demand curve. Industry means one seller. This implies that he can sell more by reducing the price. As the price falls, demand will rise. Though he is a price maker, he does not have unlimited power. He has to either increase the price and supply more, or reduce the supply and increase the price. He cannot fix the price as well as supply or quantity to be sold in a market. That is why demand curve slopes downward from left to right. So these are the features of monopoly. Now coming to types of monopoly. Now first is natural monopoly. So natural monopoly arises when a particular type of natural resources are available in abundance in a country, in a particular region, and the producer in that region who has control over the supply due to natural resources would supply and enjoy monopoly in that product or commodity. A firm may enjoy natural monopoly on account of location advantage or because of very old organization. Now let us try to understand with the help of examples. So oil wells in Gulf countries, oil wells in Gulf countries, gold in Africa or tea in Assam. These are the natural resources available to that country or to that region. So those countries have monopoly in these natural resources. Now, because of some natural inherent professional skill, there can be a monopoly. Natural talent which creates natural monopoly. For example, singer or actor has monopoly in his or her field. Kishore Kumar, Lata Mangeshkar ji. So they were having monopoly in their fields. So this is called natural monopoly. Next is legal monopolies. So legal monopoly arises which are created by law. For instance, trademark, copyrights act. Through this, a patent or trademark holder enjoys monopoly. If any other supplier produces same product or similar product, the trademark holder can go in court of law and file a suit against the second seller, new seller. Likewise, certain firms may secure license from the government to produce certain goods, or for example import license. So import license, only when a person gets import license, he will be the only person who can import the goods and sell in the market. So they enjoy monopoly position in respect of these goods. Due to this law forbiddance, so law forbids another competitor to enter the market or imitate or copy the design or shape or form of that product. So if any firm tries to violate this right, action can be taken, legal action can be taken by the seller. Now for example, Agmark or ISI, ISO marks are the examples of legal monopoly. Now next is public monopoly. So public monopoly means monopolies are created for welfare of the society. These are owned and operated by the government. When some organizations are owned and controlled by government, they are called public monopolies. Public monopolies might be created in respect of public interest, like railways, electricity, gas, water, radio. Nowadays radio is not having monopoly. Even in television also there are many telecasts are coming. So formerly radio and television was having Doordarshan and Vivid Bharati on radio. So they were having monopoly. So these service providers are controlled by government, and the object of these monopolies were to give services, facilities in a very low price or less prices. So the object of such monopolies is to provide welfare to the society, or that is why these monopolies are also called welfare monopolies. Now next monopoly is simple or single monopoly. A simple or single monopoly firms charges single or simple monopoly charges uniform price for its product to all the buyers. It will not discriminate. Uh, there is no price discrimination among the consumers, or there is no price discrimination in region wise or market wise. Now there is another monopoly which is called private monopoly. When individual or private firm enjoys the monopoly of manufacturing and supplying a particular product, it is called private monopoly. It is owned and managed by the private sector. The main aim of such monopoly is to earn maximized profit. So it is opposite of public monopoly. Now next monopoly, as I told you, it is called discrimination or discriminating monopoly. So it is again opposite or single monopoly. In discriminating monopoly, monopolist charges different prices to the customers for same product, or charges different prices in a different region. So the monopolist tries to earn maximum profit by discriminating in price. For example, doctors, lawyers charge different fees to their clients. So this is the example of discriminating policy, discriminating monopoly. So this can be done by consultant and expertise people. So then comes next monopoly, and that is technical monopoly. Due to the introduction of new technology, a firm may get technical advantage, and he will be the only supplier of goods or services in a market. So in the initial stage of computer, it was having technical monopoly. Now large scale production also leads to technological advantage, resulting in technical monopoly. Now these are different types of monopoly available as per your syllabus. I might have given 1-2 more also, I don't remember. I have not seen latest syllabus. I saw it, but I don't remember exactly whether more or it will not be less, but it may be more only. Now coming to next monopoly, next market, and that is oligopoly. Now what is oligopoly? Oligopoly is a market situation. It is an example of imperfect competition. It is a form of imperfect competition, you can say. 1 minute. Again, the term oligopoly is also derived from the Greek word oligo, which means few. Oligo means few, and poly means seller, that we saw. So oligopoly means few sellers. So oligopoly market structure represent few sellers or firms selling identical or homogeneous goods or giving similar services. There will be large number of buyers. They are providing differential products or service. Again I am telling you, in oligopoly market, there are few sellers, not many sellers like perfect competition. Few sellers will enjoy monopoly. So there are few sellers and large number of buyers. These few sellers provide similar, not same, similar or differential product or service. So in oligopoly market, basic ingredient is few sellers. Now what are the examples of oligopoly market? Mobile service providers. Number 1. Examples: Airtel, Vodafone, Reliance, BSNL, MTNL. There are very few sellers providing mobile service. Example number 2, gas suppliers, domestic gas, Hindustan Petroleum, Indian Oil, Mahanagar Gas. Third example. So these are the examples of services. Now product. Cement manufacturers, SCC Cement, Ambuja Cement, L&T, Larsen and Toubro, and few more. Now another example is cold drink manufacturers, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Thumbs Up, and few sellers. So these are the examples of oligopoly market. When few sellers, suppliers control the market, it is called oligopoly market. Features of oligopoly. Features of oligopoly. Number 1, few firms or sellers. Few firms or sellers. In oligopoly market, very few firms compete with each other. These firms dominate the market and have control over the price of the product or service and also production which they are producing. Point number 1. Point number 2, interdependence. Now this is new feature. In an oligopoly market, there is interdependence among the firms supplying the goods and services. Each firm treats the other firm as its rival. As a result of this, each firm attempts to judge or estimate the nature of its rival's reaction. They see reaction. अगर एक ने प्राइस कम किया तो बाजू दूसरे वाले का रिएक्शन क्या है. वोडाफोन reduces the plan, introduce new plans. Reaction is done by Airtel and Reliance. What Reliance is doing, it will be seen by Airtel and reaction will be made by them. So they judge and find out what other rival is doing. So action reaction in price and output policies, thus move made by one firm to reduce price attract the attraction of other firm. So there is interdependence. Minutely marketing people are appointed to not to sell the service or goods. They do only the study of rivals. Third point is advertising or selling cost. Advertising is a powerful and important instrument or tool in the hands of oligopolist. In this market, each firm adopts aggressive and defensive marketing strategy to gain or to achieve or to capture greater share in the market. So the cost incurred on advertising is selling cost. So by increasing advertising cost or reducing cost and increasing the price, that is the strategy followed by oligopolist in advertising cost or selling cost. Next point. So far we saw few firms or sellers, interdependence. And next point, advertising, and next point is entry barriers. So there are restrictions. There are restrictions, but not legal restrictions. There are restrictions. There is no free entry for the seller to enter in oligopoly market. It has to take government permission, license from ministry. Sometimes special act is passed or patent is to be acquired before starting the new firm. But firm can easily exit from the oligopoly market. So inefficient sellers in oligopoly market will leave the firm, leave the industry, you can say. So there are entry barriers, but by following certain procedures and government rules, new firm can enter in oligopoly market, but there are restrictions. There is no free entry like perfect competition market. Now, next point is lack of uniformity. There is no uniformity among the firms in terms of size. Some firms may be small scale basis, while others may be running their business on large scale basis. There may not be uniformity as regards nature of product. For example, Mahanagar Gas is supplying gas through pipes, but in the case of Esso, it is coming in different form. So there is lack of uniformity in supplying the goods in the market. So, but the product sold is differentiated. There is differentiation, they are not same. So that is why it is called imperfect competition. Now, oligopoly market. Next point, oligopoly market is complex or there is uncertainty in this. The oligopoly market structure is quite complex. On one hand, there is cutthroat competition among rivals. On the other hand, there is a possibility of rival firms coming together. They come together to enter rivalry by working out some amalgamation scheme or cartel, and they come together, 2-3 sellers, they have their own private meetings and they try to eliminate their competition and try to form combined and form new firm in the form of amalgamation. So the output is, then there will be an agreement between them for how much production each firm will make and how much share of market will be given to one seller, etc. So when two or more competitive firms come together and form one market or one firm, it is called amalgamation. Now, what is cartel? A cartel is described as group of firms acting together to reduce competition between themselves and to have competition with remaining sellers. They agree to limit their output on the basis of quota fixed by them. In the case of amalgamation, 2-3 firms come together and having one new name. But here, in the case of cartel, they agree to limit their output on the basis of quota fixed by them. Now, what is the example? Now, example is OPEC. What is OPEC? OPEC is a cartel. It is Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. So it is OPES is cartel. It is an example of cartel which enjoys absolute monopoly over distribution of oil. So Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia and Venezuela are founder members of this cartel OPEC. So these are the features of oligopoly. Now, oligopoly, we saw perfect competition, then we saw monopoly, types of monopoly, and oligopoly. What are the features of oligopoly? Now we are coming to the last market, that is competition, market classified on the basis of competition, and that is monopolistic competition. So as I told you perfect competition market is not realistic market, not found in actual life. It is ideal market. But monopoly, oligopoly and monopolistic competition exist as on today. It prevails in the market. Now in the oligopoly, I forgot to tell you one point, that there are a large number of buyers. Like all markets, perfect competition, monopoly and oligopoly. Now coming to monopolistic competition, it is a combination of monopoly and competition, perfect competition. So monopolistic competition, so monopoly and competition both exist. So pure monopoly and perfect competition do not exist forever. But monopolistic competition is in existence for very long time and it is continuing for years together. So in monopolistic competition, some element of monopoly exist and some are from perfect competition. So the concept of monopolistic competition is developed by Professor Chamberlain, a famous American economist. He describes monopolistic competition as a market structure in which there are a large number of firms produce similar but differentiated products to large number of buyers. So products sold by many sellers are similar but differentiated. So in monopolistic competition, there exists large number of sellers and large number of buyers. For example, toothpaste, many sellers are available, soap, TV sets, refrigerators, air conditioners, cars. For all these products are sold in a monopolistic market where there are a large number of sellers and selling differentiated goods, and there are of course large number of buyers. Now this concept was introduced by Chamberlain in his book known as Theory of Monopolistic Competition, which was published in 1933. So these products are close substitute to each other. Now we will go to next, and that is features of monopolistic competition. Now in a monopolistic competition, there are a large number of sellers. So they share small portion of supply or small portion of market demand for a product. Means products are produced by many sellers. Supply is from large number of sellers. Out of that, some portion is taken away by one seller, few sellers, many sellers, you can say. So they produce differentiated product which are close substitute to each other. Due to this, the competition is very severe or tough under monopolistic competition. Each seller has limited control over the supply, but very important, the seller has complete control over his brand. This control is possible because of his specialized feature of production, or due to patent, or due to copyright, due to trademark that producer possesses. Means TV manufacturer will try to produce and give some extra feature in his product. Now, starting with this example, you can say there were black and white TVs, then color TV came, then remote, etc. In case of mobile also, there are various mobile manufacturers giving their specialized features. So this is called a market, which is called monopolistic market. So in this market, each producer enjoys an element of monopoly on one hand. Since the producer has special feature, it enjoys monopoly, and on the other hand, they have to face competition from other sellers selling close substitute or similar product. Next point, that is product differentiation. Though the products produced by them are identical, they are differentiated, as I told you, in some form or the other. In other words, the product produced by the firms are not the same but similar. The price of the product cannot be much differentiated from each other because products are having some differentiation. This feature also indicates tough competition prevailing among the supplier of goods or service. The product differentiation can be done in different ways, like it may be in the form of brand name. You say Bata shoes, you say Godrej refrigerator, Philips TV. So brand is created. So differentiation in color, size, design, taste. Now you go to shops and eat some products you go in that shop only and eat goods in that shop. What are the examples? Now you can find out and tell me. So there are certain elements of product differentiation. Next point is influence over the price. Firm under monopolistic competition has some amount of control over the price. Its products have close substitute in the market, but he decides the price and he tells the price, and he might reduce in order to increase the demand. And if customer has more demand, so he will increase the price. So he has control over the price. Now, next point is large number of buyers. So, in a monopolistic market, monopolistic competition market, there are large number of buyers like perfect competition. They are initially called potential buyer. So buyers also compete with each other. They go in one shop and ask for the product, then they go in other shop. So there are large number of buyers and they compete with each other. Buyers, they are having their own budget, likes and dislikes, preferences over brands. So this is little bit different features as compared to perfect competition market. Now next point is free entry and exit. There are no restrictions on the part of the government or on the part of the seller for restrictions entry in the firm, entry in the competition. In other words, in industry selling similar product, new firms can enter the industry. So if a firm has capacity to produce and sell the goods, similar goods in monopolistic market, he can enter the firm and start supplying and selling the goods. So there is no barrier for the new seller to enter the market. In other words, there is free entry for new sellers to enter. At the same time, there is free entry and free exit. So any firm who wish to leave the industry in monopolistic market can leave the firm. So there is no restriction for exit. So there is no entry, there is free entry and exit for the firm in monopolistic market. Now next point is concept of group. Now this is new feature of monopolistic competition. While developing theory of imperfect competition, Professor Chamberlain introduced the concept of group to replace the concept of industry. An industry refers to a cluster of commodities, firm producing the same commodity. Hence the firms are producing the similar commodity. But in monopolistic competition market, the firms are producing differentiated products which are close substitute for each other. Hence the term industry cannot be applied here. A more relevant concept group was introduced. It implies a collection of firms producing differentiated products which are close substitute to each other. So this is new feature explained and introduced by Chamberlain in monopolistic competition. Now one more important point and feature is selling cost. This is unique feature of monopolistic competition. Selling cost refers to the cost incurred on advertisement in the form of TV, newspapers, magazines, etc., and sales promotion expenses, selling, giving free product samples, creating exhibition, etc. are the examples of sales promotion. So sales promotion and advertising is called selling cost. In perfect competition and monopoly, there is no need for selling cost. In perfect competition, there is no selling cost. But under monopolistic competition, in order to exist in a market, because of competition, firms compete with each other through advertisement. This is called non-price competition. Through selling cost, by this cost consists of giving knowledge of your product, what are special features of the product, what will be the selling price, what will be the after sale service. All this is specially introduced in selling cost by Chamberlain in monopolistic competition. So, in order to attract the customers, more customers, this is introduced. Of course, the selling cost is included in the cost of production, and by increasing or reducing selling cost, price is reduced or charged more by the seller and attract the customers. Now next point is close substitute. In monopolistic market, as I told you, goods have close substitute to each other since there are many competitors in the market producing similar product. For example, Coca-Cola has substitute of Thumbs Up, which can be called as substitute. So these are various features of monopolistic competition. Now, as I told you that I have covered, I am with you for last 32 lectures. I gave you introduction of various chapters or topics which are introduced in new syllabus of 12th standard. Now, as I told you, I stay in Borivali. I conduct home tuitions and group tuitions at my place, Borivali West Kasturi Park, and I go home and teach in between Kandivali, Borivali East West. I conduct tuitions from 11 to MCom and BAF, BMS, BCom. I teach costing, accounts, financial accounts, direct indirect tax, management accounting, and for 11-12 OCM, economics, secretary practice, accounts. For ICSE, CBSE, I teach accounts. For 10th ICSE, commercial studies and economics. I teach to IGNOU students, that is Indira Gandhi Open University students. I take tuition on online tuition. I teach on Skype. Then apart from teaching, I have written 4 books on commerce, OC accounts, SPN economics. I will be writing, I am writing at present for new syllabus, commerce 12th standard, accounts, economics, SPN, OC, books will be coming. Apart from that, I have written books on, I will be writing books, I will show you my profile in a minute. So this is the book I wrote for accounts, Key to Success, Bookkeeping and Accountancy. Similarly, this is economic book, Key to Success Economics for 12th standard. This is for 12th standard. Now this is OCM, Key to Success Organization of Commerce and Management, and this is Secretary Practice. And for my students, I give notes like this. CS tutorials, these are my profile, this is my address and phone number. And these are the notes I give to the students. Now, here if I will show you, this is the forthcoming books to be published, written by the author, by me, that is for Maharashtra Board, Bookkeeping and Accountancy, Revised Syllabus, Economics, Organization of Commerce, Secretary Practice. For Indira Gandhi National Open University, books are coming on Accountancy, first year, Accountancy 2, Code, second year, Auditing, second year, Costing and Elements of Income Tax for third year. Now, these are the students to whom I teach, home tuition and group tuition, Maharashtra Board 11th, 12th, ICSE 11th and 12th, and CBSE, BCom, BAP, Financial Accounts, Cost Accounting, Management Accounting, Direct and Indirect Tax. Distance, no barrier, learn on Skype, save time, energy and money. So now, at present, I will be taking off for a few days. Now, those students who have enrolled with me, I am giving them notes. I send them through email, and while teaching, they keep those notes in front of them and they try to learn. So, this is very limited. I don't conduct classes. I take only home tuitions, group tuitions of 7 to 8 students, not more than 8 students. So, if you are interested, you can contact me on my mobile 98192 64032. Now, my books are available on Amazon and Flipkart also. So, few days I am taking off, and let us see when we can meet again. Thank you.